Hakadosh Boker Or Bekiim Bahalacha day 14. Halacha Memchet on the top. Okay, we're talking about the three different berachot of Shlos Ani Goy, Shlos Ani Eved, Shlos Ani Isha. Okay, so it says over here like this. These three berachot must be recited in the proper order, since each beracha thanks HaKadosh Baruch Hu for a greater gift than that expressed in the preceding beracha. This is because the soul of a non-Jewish slave who belongs to a Jew is in a higher level than the soul of a non-Jew. And a Jewish woman's soul is on a higher level than the slave. So therefore, you have to do it in that order. So you have to start Shlos Ani, right? Goy, Shlos Ani, right? Aved, right? Eved, and then Shlos Ani Isha. You have to do it in that order.
Yeah. Goy.
Yeah, because Goy is the lowest level, and Eved is a higher level, right? Because it belongs to a Jew. And then you have the Isha, which is a higher level. Okay? Some poskim ruled that if someone mistakenly recited the beracha of Shlos Ani Isha before the Shlos Ani Goy, or that of Shlos Ani Aved, he cannot say anymore any of the berachot that he skipped. And according to this opinion, he should recite those berachot while meditating on Hashem's names without meaning that he's going to do it b'machshava, right? Without Shem Malchut. That means he's doing Shem Malchut, but in his birur. Okay, in practice, however, there is sound basis to permit him to recite the rest of the berachot, and he may certainly rely on that opinion. So technically speaking, he could actually do that if he really wanted to. Okay? The first shita was basically the Ben Ish Chai, by the Kaf HaChaim. But the Rav Ovadia says if you want to do it with the Shem Malchut, you have what to rely on. Okay, let's see number 30.
So you could say L'Shem Malchut.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, you could say it.
לא הבאתי את הטלפון.
38 on the bottom.
טוב, הרב הזמין לנו ספרים.
Huh?
The book.
So number 38 on the bottom comes and it says like this. Again, Abraham and other Achronim compared this set of blessings, to the blessings of Matira Surim Zokef Kufim, that just as someone who mistakenly said Zokef Kufim first, and then afterwards he cannot say Matira Surim, because it doesn't make sense, but it's all inclusive. The same halacha should apply to the same thing. If he said Shlos Ani Isha before all the other ones, of Shlos Ani Goy, Shlos Ani Aved, so it's the same thing. He can't say it anymore. Likewise, if someone said Shlos Ani Aved before saying Shlos Ani Goy, so he can't say Shlos Ani Goy, because he skipped it. Right? The Mishnah Bra, however, cited many Achronim, including the Rabbi, the Hechal, who disagree with him again, Abraham, and ruled that in the case that a person may recite the blessing or blessings that he skipped, we're on page 39, on the bottom. The Turei Zav explained that although a Jewish woman is on a higher spiritual level than a non-Jew or non-Jewish slave, those men possess certain advantages that a woman does not have. In particular, they have a potential of becoming full-fledged men, obligated to be fulfilled the mitzvot. The non-Jew can convert, and the non-Jewish slave might earn his freedom. In which case, both men would become full-fledged Jewish men. A non-Jew has an advantage over someone who was born as a non-Jewish slave, since a non-Jew has some familial status and is considered a member of the nation, whereas a non-Jewish slave has no relatives at all. Even his biological parents are not related to him. Moreover, he has no racial status at all according to the Torah law. Furthermore, the Machzika Shekel, pointed out that a non-Jew can choose to convert to Judaism, but a non-Jewish slave cannot choose to become a free man. And in that way, a non-Jew is superior to the non-Jewish slave. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to show how each one is better than the next one. Even a goy, he could convert. And if he converts, he becomes better than a woman. So therefore, don't tell me that the woman is better than the goy, because the goy could convert, and by converting, he could become a woman. The goy is better than the eved, because even though the eved is technically Jewish and he's obligated mitzvot, but technically speaking, the goy is biyado to convert. He could convert if he wanted to convert. The eved can never become free on his own. Right. He always is subjugated to somebody else, that somebody else has to free him.
When you say that the goy is better than the woman?
Because the goy could convert and then he becomes a man. He's already a man, but he becomes a Jew. Okay. And when he becomes a full-fledged Jew, he's on a higher level than the woman because he's obligated in all the mitzvot.
But the level that he has at that moment,
you're right, at that moment, but it's a possibility. He
has potential.
That's what
to become better.
So the Pri Megadim pointed out that a non-Jewish male slave has spiritual advantage over a woman, since he must be circumcised on the right column over there, right here. The Pri Megadim pointed out that a non-Jewish male slave has a spiritual advantage over a woman, since he must be circumcised, and he's forbidden to cut off the pelt of his head and the beard, whereas a woman is not obligated. So therefore, even the slave is better than the woman. Women are free, but the slave, technically speaking, he can't cut off his pelt, right? He can't, what's it called? He has to be Brit Milah. So Maran and Yishol and Tzion, he comes and he demonstrates the many Achronim. Look how many Achronim you have there. Eliyarabah, Pri Chadash, right? Zekan Shemuel, Matan Yudan, Rav Zalman, Rav Chida, Bet Oved, Pri Megadim, Rav Akiva Eiger, Derech HaChaim, Shamet Tzibur concur with the Turei Zahav, the Taz. In fact, a number of the poskim, Rav Aron Alowi, right, Leket Yosher and the Beit Chadash Sabach, rule that it is permissible to recite the blessing of Matzah Surim even after Zakafim. So if so, certainly in Kal V'chomer Kilu, then it would be also the same thing here. Moreover, according to the Audio Yosef Chai, which is the second separate of the Ben Ish Chai on the halachot, above in the footnote halakha number 31, one must recite all the morning blessings each day, even if one recites them out of order. Since the overwhelming majority of the poskim concurred on this matter, one may rely on them and recite all the blessings, even if he made a mistake. So it comes out that, again, even though the Ben Ish Chai and the Kavachim said you're not allowed to, but what the Hilchot Olam, Rabbi is saying is, no, even if you made a mistake and you said Shelo Asani Aved first, or Shelo Asani, Isha first, or doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter, you could still say all of them without any problem. Okay?
Im Shem Hashem.
Im Shem Hashem, yes. Im Shem Hashem. Okay, according to the Ben Ish Chai, it's without Shem Hashem. Okay? Fine. Mem Tet. אתה שומע? מם ט'. fine. אתה יודע, יש מם ט' שערי טומאה. Okay. אבל גם מם ט' שערי טהרה. So remember this, yeah? Fine. For being a Jew. Yeah? The meaning of blessing a Shelo Asani Goy. What does that mean? You're thanking HaKadosh Baruch Hu and praising him for the measurable gift of being a member of the nation of Israel, who enjoys an intimate relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and is privileged to fulfill the commandments of the Torah. Although in some ancient printings of the prayer book of the Sidur, you can find this text substituted with the words Shasani Israel or Shasani Yehudi. You remember we spoke about that. Why is it that it's not in the positive? Why is it in the negative? Because if you remember we said every other bracha is positive. HaKadosh Baruch Hu made that I could see. Right? You don't say that I couldn't see and now he could see. Right? These are the only three which is in the negative. He didn't make me a woman. He didn't make me a slave and he didn't make me a goy. Those are the only three. What's going on? So he says those are not genuine texts of the blessings. These are unwanted perversions of the text forced upon them by publishers, by the Christian censors. They are testimony to the intense pressure placed on our people by the Christian church and the heavy hand of the Christian censors wielded on every published Hebrew volume. What is it? You never knew the censor? Even in Gemarot. The censorship, they censored our Gemarot. They censored everything. Nowadays, you have Chesronot HaShas. What is Chesronot HaShas? In a lot of Gemarot, the brownish one that we had, the one that you were using, that's this one. That one, you have Chesronot HaShas. Right? You're not going to find it on every daf, but Chesronot HaShas means you open it up, and you're going to find that in certain places, they censored it and they took out certain things.
And they found
they had the previous text, meaning they had the original text.
But this was not established before this?
This is Anshe Knesset Gula, so the same thing. So if they're saying that this was forced upon us by the censorships, they came and they censored it.
This time?
Yeah, even during that time. They were censored all throughout the history. Whenever there was going to be things, it was censorships.
But Anshe Knesset Gula is not a long time before this Christian thing?
One more time?
The censor, whatever. The
censorship.
Yeah.
Starting from the Christians. The Christians is already by Chenia.
In the time of
yeah, already. Right. They came, but it's a printing. It's a printing. Not only in Chenia, it's a printing. Yeah. Meaning they come and they're the publishers. Yeah. We come and we say, we're not letting you print Shelo Asani Goy. You can print Shasani Israel. What are you going to do? You have no choice. It's either you print that or you don't print nothing.
No, Shasani Yehudi.
Shasani Yehudi, whichever one it was. You understand? So he's saying that's what was happening on. That's not just
that they changed even the.
Yeah, they changed Mamash. They changed even the Nuschot and everything. Yeah, the Birkot and everything. 100%. Okay, next 50. Okay, so 50 now says a convert must not say the blessing Shelo Asani Goy in full, nor should he say Baruch Shasani Yehudi or Shasani Ger. Instead, he should say the bracha Shelo Asani Goy without the name of Hashem. Okay, all the poskim agree that a convert can say the bracha of Shelo Asani Aved or Shelo Asani, right, Isha. Okay, makes sense? Okay, 39 and 40. So it says number 39, footnote. The Rama ruled that a convert does not say the bracha of Shelo Asani Goy since he was born a Goy. If he was born as a Goy, he cannot make the bracha Shelo Asani Goy. The Beit Chadash interpreted this to mean that according to the Rama, the convert should substitute this with Shasani Yehudi. But he disagreed with that as well. He argued that the fact that this person converted to Judaism is not God's doing, but rather the convert's own choice. So it's not Shasani Yehudi. I was the one that decided to become a Yehudi, meaning the convert, right? So he says the Or LeTzion reconciled the Rama's opinion explaining that it was not entirely up to the convert to become Jewish. He was able to convert only because Hashem installed the system into Judaism, enabling a non-Jew to petition a rabbinical court to accept him as a member of a Jewish nation. The fact that the judges in the court agreed to accept him cannot be taken for granted either. Therefore, the convert may thank Hashem for enabling him to successfully undergo the process of becoming Jewish. Magen Avraham deducted from the Darkei Moshe that a convert is supposed to recite the blessing of Shasani Ger, who made me a convert. The term "made me" can apply to the fact that Hashem inspired the person to reject idolatry to accept Torah Judaism. We find this expression used regarding Avraham Avinu, who took those people from Haran and with him that he made in the land of Canaan. Nevertheless, Magen Avraham admitted that many authorities disagree with this formula, arguing that when a person converts to Judaism, we cannot attribute it to Hashem, but to the personal decision of the convert to take this great step forward. Okay, so again, you had the Bach about the entire concept of understanding of Shasani Yisrael, which was wrong. And then you had the Magen Avraham that he said that he understood that it was going to be Shasani Ger, which is also, he said, a lot of people are against. There are poskim who permitted converts to recite the regular blessing Shasani Goy. Shirei Knesset Gdolah, right, explained that when the convert recites this bracha, his intention is to thank Hashem for the fact that he did not remain a non-Jew. Meaning, it's not that Shasani Goy means that I'm not a goy today. Not that you didn't make me ever a goy. It means that today I'm not a goy. That's what he means. Shasani Goy. That's a Shirei Knesset Gdolah. Nevertheless, he ruled that it's best for the convert to recite the blessing of Shasani, Shichnisani Tacha Kanfei Shechina.
Wow.
Who brought me under the protection of the Shechina's wings. That's a new one. Yeah, it's a new one.
You know about this blessing?
No, very interesting. Okay, that is the Shirei Knesset Gdolah. Magen Avraham likewise permitted the converts to recite the regular blessing, explaining that according to the Kabbalah, this blessing is based upon the fact that a person's soul leaves his body every single night when he's asleep, and then when he wakes up, he gives a thanks to Hashem, replacing his soul, right, for not replacing his soul with that of a non-Jew. Yeah. Imagine, he goes up, he gets back his neshama. When he's going to come back down, are they going to give it from a non-Jew? If so, a convert could also thank Hashem every single morning for the fact that he found that he's still Jewish. The Yara Aaron actually agreed with this. In practice, though, however, the Rabbi Chida ruled that a convert must not recite the bracha since Rabbeinu Meira Lewi Abulafia.
Wow.
Right? And he says also that Rabbi David Raham that he may not recite it, and it appears that Bet Yosef concur with this. In light of this, many opinions regarding the Yisroel Kaf HaChaim and the Or Letzion concluded that a convert should not recite the Berachav Shasani Goy without pronouncing Hashem's name, and not to recite with Hashem's name, or not to say Shasani Yodiyah Shasani Ger at all. Actually, it might be commendable for a convert to recite these alternative blessings as well, without the opinion of those poskim who ruled that he should recite one of the blessings. On the other hand, this might be a superfluous once he recited the Berachav Shasani Goy. Meaning, once he said Shasani Goy, it doesn't help anymore Shasani Ger or Shasani or Sheikh Nisani Takam Fe Shechina or all the rest. You understand? Fine. A woman who converted and she's expecting a child. Now what happens? So he says the Pri Chadash ruled that if a non-Jewish woman became pregnant and then converted to Judaism before she gave birth, her child may still say the Beracha Shasani Goy with Hashem's name. The Pri Bekiim disagreed with the Pri Chadash. He disagreed, pointing out that it appears from the words of Rabbi Meir Levi Abulafia. He says that only someone who was conceived by a Jewish woman recite the Beracha, even though there are multiple reasons to permit this person to recite the Beracha in full. In practice, the person must follow the principle of Safei Berachot Le'akel. Number 40. And with this we finish. The Mishnah Berurah explained that although this person was born a non-Jew, who is inferior spiritually to a non-Jewish slave belonging to a Jew, there nevertheless is a great advantage to being a regular non-Jew. He had the choice of petitioning a rabbinical court to convert him, whereas a non-Jewish slave has no choice but to remain a slave. He cannot petition his master to free him. Okay? And as we continue.